Okay, and let me share the Google Doc that you should all have access to. Yes. Second to find my. All right, you guys should be able to see this.
Yes.
Cool. All right, yeah, so this is, I don't think we'll need the full 30 minutes, but just wanted to get everybody together that's going to be there for GitLab Community Day and DevOps Day LA sort of together. And I think hopefully we'll have a chance to meet each other for dinner on Thursday, but just wanted to quickly go through, I don't think everybody knows what's going on for both tracks, for DevOps Day LA and GitLab Community Day. So just wanted to quickly talk about goals and activities that we're going to have for those events, and then make sure there aren't any questions. And I definitely want to have all the GitLab team members sort of help each other out during the event, but that's sort of the goal for this call. And David, did you have anything else that you wanted to add here, or other things you want to talk about?
That looks like a great agenda. Thanks, Ray.
Okay, cool. So the event starts on March 5th, and then I don't know if you saw the email from the organizers. The event is still on, so I don't think there's a huge risk of being canceled or the conference being moved. So the event starts on Thursday at the Pasadena Convention Center. And Rachel, I'll turn things over to you. There's in the document, there should be a link to the issue, but if you want to quickly talk to us about DevOps Day LA and how we can help you out, that would be great.
That's great. Well, thanks for having us on the call. I just wanted to make sure that my team's also aware of what was going on since we're working together on this. So for everyone who isn't familiar with DevOps Day-LA, what we're gonna be an exhibitor for them. So it's an all-day event only on Friday. So that runs from 9 to 5:45 p.m. They're expecting, they said, a little over 300, possibly 400 attendees. So our goals for my particular team, we're going to be focusing on trying to gather 150 scans. And then that MQL, the marketing qualified lead goal, is 30. So I can write that in there if you'd like. But just wanted to communicate that to you on the front end of what we're looking for. With all of the conversations around coronavirus and just being like as healthy as possible, we have, there will not be a lead scanner, but we will have a QR code listed on a raffle signage at the booth that we have for DoD-LA. So people can hover over it with their phones if they don't feel comfortable typing in their information. We want to make sure we give them that option as well. But we will be participating in a raffle. So we're going to be hosting it in in the Community Days ballroom. So the two ballrooms that we're going to be having this event are in Ballroom DE, and it's right next door to the Community Day ballroom in Ballroom F. So during the break for Community Day, we will come in and we'll do the raffle in that particular room. Francis Potter is also going to be giving a presentation. Francis is on here, he's waving. So his information, I will make sure I highlight it in this doc, but it's also, it can be found within the DoD-LA issue. Does anyone have any additional questions for DoD-LA?
Yeah, I do. Oh,
go ahead.
Okay,
no,
so
go ahead.
I wanted to know if we were going to be classifying the context that we get as partly the open source, because I know that corporate marketing and like the community team have been talking about how we can start getting more context specifically kind of labeled as open source, so we can start to then do specific marketing to reach that audience.
Okay.
So the question is, like, will these people be classified as open source?
We qualified them originally as reduced cycle time for the nurture that was going to be followed up on. But we can definitely look into that. If you want to put your name in the doc, then I can follow up with you and see what we can do.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, these are mostly sales leads that you're thinking of, Rachel, right? But
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
You never know. And then
right. Yeah.
Last thing to add, Ray, is if you can explain to the team the laminated handout that you were going to have
yep.
from on our booth.
Right. Yeah. So, obviously you're going to have the booth for pretty much the whole day. So, I mean, if it works out, like we'll see how large the table is. We have a 2-pager flyer that we developed for the community relations team for FOSSAM about a month ago. We can leave a couple of those there in case people have any questions about the community, and then use that to, sort of send people over to the community day room. If that's appropriate, that would be great. And happy to also leave, like, I mean, a number of us will be happy to leave our business cards on the table if there's room, if people want to get a hold of us and they're not able to attend a community day. I think, John, I think you're going to have some postcards for GitLab Heroes as well. But we can kind of figure out either on Friday morning or even during the setup on Thursday. I think you're going to set up Thursday afternoon and see what kind of space we're dealing with, if it's appropriate to leave those community-related collaterals there.
Sounds good.
Yep.
I'll hand it back to you.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, and then I think you're going to do the setup starting around 4 o'clock on Thursday. Is that right, Rachel? Or yeah, and I think I should be like popping in different sessions, but happy to help out with any of the setup-related stuff if you need a hand. And if you also want like community-related folks in the booth in the morning, I think you're pretty fully staffed in terms of booth duties, but we'll be happy to help out as well.
Awesome, thank you.
Cool. Yep. All right, so GitLab Community Day. I mean, David, did you want to lead a discussion or?
I think if you don't mind, I think I'll let you lead
okay.
because you actually were leading driving the organization of the event, so you actually have more knowledge than I.
Yeah, so I mean, quick overview on the GitLab Community Day. This is basically a sponsored track, if you will. So we pay for the room for usage of the room for half a day. So we got it for 4 hours in the afternoon. And then if you look at the issue, you'll see the agenda for the GitLab Community Day. We're using about half the track on community relations related topics. I mean, overview of our various programs, and also we're going to do a hands-on workshop. I don't know if Scott is on. I don't see him, but Scott, David, and I are going to do some quick hands-on workshop, and here are sort of the workflows that you follow to contribute to GitLab, not just in terms of code, but also like documentation and translations. And after that, as Rachel mentioned earlier, there'll be a 15-minute break. And I mean, thank you, Rachel, for rescheduling your raffle announcement. So you'll come to the room and we'll announce the winners for the Nintendo Switch. A quick question for you, Rachel, is are you going to have the merchandise on hand, or is this going to be like shipped to the winners?
We'll have it on site.
Oh, okay, awesome. So that makes it even more appealing. So cool. So we'll do the raffle during the 15 minutes, and then hopefully, I mean, one of the fear was that people are just going to leave the room for the raffle and not come back. But I think this will sort of entice people to stay in the room. And Francis is doing a double duty in terms of speaking on Friday, so he's going to lead another, almost a 2-hour session on like a GitLab DevOps tutorial. So if you're in the booth during the DevOps Day LA, if people want to hear more about how to use GitLab from a user or potential customer perspective, I think this would be a great session for people to kind of sit through. And Francis, I think you mentioned that you're going to also have some potentially like a hands-on components to this. So if people have their laptops, they can sort of try things out hands-on. Is that correct, Francis?
Yeah, I'll be demoing. I'm not sure how much hands-on I'll have the audience doing, but yeah, I'll be doing a demo. Okay,
great. So yeah, I mean, for people that want to really see GitLab in action, I think this would be a good session for people to participate in. And going back to the Google Doc, the other thing I'm trying to do is we're working on our presentations for the GitLab Community Day. Either today or tomorrow, I'm going to ping the organizers and see if they can paste the links to our presentations on the schedule, so people have it beforehand and people can access it easily afterwards. And I mean, Francis, if there's a Google Doc or something that you want me to include there, I mean, feel free to send a link to me. It doesn't have to be complete. Like, I'm sure all of ours, like, we'll be working till Friday to tweak our content, but
Okay.
just, but let me know. I mean, if you feel comfortable doing that, we'd be happy to include that in the schedule or the event description. Any questions? I mean, that's about it for GitLab Community Day. I mean, David, I don't know if I missed anything. If you want to add anything there.
No, I think that's that covered pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Rachel, this is a quick question for you. This is something I missed. It's I don't know if, like, do you know, is it possible to get a pop-up GitLab sign somewhere to get it shipped to, like, my hotel? Like, I was thinking maybe I'll have one, like, outside of the room. But I mean, if not, I don't think that's a big deal. But it's something I just completely forgot about until yesterday.
Totally fine. I will work on that on my end. I think I have an extra one in my marketing closet here. So if I do, then
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
but yeah, I'll keep you updated by end of day.
Okay, cool. I mean, if not, I don't think it's the end of the world. I can't remember from last year if all the other, like, communities had them, but they'll be kind of a nice thing to do. Thank you for that. And the other thing on the event, I mean, Rachel already covered it. Francis has a talk in the DevOps track, and I have a talk on late Sunday. And we do have social activities that already started. You see a link to the social issue there. I have a blog post that went out last week or a couple of weeks ago, and that it's already been tweeted by the event organizers, which is great, over the weekend, in addition to the GitLab social team. And that in that blog post, there's a discount link for the registration code that's specific to GitLab. So this will be another way to get more people to come to the event and come to our activities. Anything else we want to add here in terms of GitLab Community Day or DevOps Day-LA, or any other questions? Oh, and most importantly, I mean, I alluded to the dinner, like a Thursday evening. If people have any recommendations or preference, like, let me know. It looks like we'll have about a dozen people. I mean, I can go ahead and make a reservation, but just want to make see if people are more familiar with Pasadena than I am.
Yeah, Ray, actually, one other thing that I wanted to add to the agenda, and I can do this afterwards, but our participation in Git's anniversary, I know that we're participating in that, so I wanted to give everybody a heads up. So after this, maybe we can.
Yeah. We can add it to the document, or we can have a quick conversation after the recording's over.
Okay.
Cool. If there isn't anything else, I'll stop the recording and look forward to seeing everyone in person in a couple of days. Have safe travels. And let me just stop the recording.